Good morning! My name is Rosika. This is the Midnight Reader. And today we need to talk about my shelf. So I haven't had as much time recently to sort of like script outlines for videos. So if this is a little rambly, I apologize. The copy is doing as much as it can. So I wanted to talk today a little bit about my shelf, not my shelf. This is my bookshelf. If you've watched my videos in the past, you'll know I move every couple of years, despite the fact that for a very long time, my dream library was basically the one from Beauty and the Beast with like a rolling ladder. Who doesn't want that? I had to give up for now on achieving that sort of library because I don't know if you know this, but books are really ducking heavy. Every time you move, the boxes that are books just make you want to end it every time you have to pick up yet another box that's 50 pounds and it's only yay big. So I've significantly downsized my personal library. These are actually all the books that I have in my house other than children's books in my daughter's room and a handful of recipe books in the kitchen. So it's been significantly downsized. I've gone from several hundred books to I think, I have not counted, I'm guessing I'm close to 150 books. But lately I've been asking myself, what does my dream library actually look like? Now Rosika, you say this is not a library, this is your bookshelf. Yeah, but books and reading books and collecting books is a bit of a hobby for me. It's something I enjoy. BookTube sort of as a whole tends to emphasize the collecting aspect of a lot of books over the reading aspect. There is nothing wrong with that, okay? I am very much a crow sort of human, which means that I just collect shiny things and I just enjoy stuffing my pockets with things like rocks and shells. That's very much a part of myself. I was thinking about what I actually wanted out of my own library, and I was thinking about the fact that I have never really been satisfied with my bookshelves. My problem is you acquire a book, you read the book, it's not your favorite book, and yet it lives like on your shelf for most of time. And then I am a pretty high consumer of ebooks and audiobooks. I have read a lot of my favorite books in the last like 10 years, non-physically. That means that my bookshelf, for the most part, does not have my favorite books on it. And I guess I'm just tired of that. What I kind of decided to do, and this is going to be probably a long-term project, I am going to work on significantly downsizing my library, because I think what I want at the end of the day is my actual favorite reads on this shelf. There will still be books that are not favorites on here because I still tend to acquire books that go on like my TBR. So I'd like to kind of still have a physical TBR shelf. I'm thinking of making that the shelf will explode after a set period of time. If I can't read a book that's been on the TBR shelf for a year, then I think that book needs to go away because I'm likely not going to read it. What is this going to look like for me? This is kind of like a minimalism thing. You kind of have to be careful with minimalism because often it's an aesthetic versus a practice. There's the privilege of being able to minimize, and there's an element of waste with that, right? And that's what I don't want. I don't want to just throw away a bunch of books and replace them with brand shiny new copies, because to be totally honest with you, that feels really wasteful. So I don't want to do that. I've been slowly curating a list of my favorite books over the last decade. And right now there's about 20 books on that list. 20 books is not an inexpensive number. Maybe it is for you. It's not an inexpensive amount of books for me. And I have a kid and I try to spend most of my money on her now. So this is going to be a long-term project. What I'm going to try to do is just go through and pull 5 to 10 off every month and then see if I can find a nice copy of a book I actually want to replace it. And I don't want to just buy them all new. I don't. We're entering the summer season, and on the summer and fall season on the East Coast, at least in the US, there are tons of library sales. I think I'm gonna try to treat it like a treasure hunt. Like I'm gonna go to these book sales, I'm gonna see if I can find one of the 20 books on the list, and then I'm gonna bring some of the books and either give them away or sell them. I guess that's what I'm gonna do. I haven't worked out the specifics of it. I think that's closer to the bookshelf that I actually want. When I look at it, it's the books that I actually loved the most to read. They're the ones that I actually am most tempted to reread, because I've never had a bookshelf that actually felt like me. And right now it's like a big cluttered mess, because right now what part of my life is not a big cluttered mess? I think I'm gonna make it kind of a treasure hunting thing for me. It is definitely a privilege to be able to curate my library, and I want to do it sort of intentionally so that maybe in a year or two when this is finished, it's the books that I actually love. That can be for different reasons, right? The books can be books that I love for sentimental reasons. They can be books that I grew up loving that might be fun for me to give to my daughter someday in the hopes that she will also find them cool and interesting. and then the books that I actually love reading as an adult. But I think that's what I want. I think I'm tired of having a shelf to like impress other people with the books that are on there versus the ones that I actually want. If you guys have any ideas for how to do this, I apologize for this being kind of rambly, but it's something I've just been thinking about for a long time, and I'm still not 100% sure how I want to do it, but I think them's the rules. I think I have to treat it like a treasure hunt. I really want to avoid the instant gratification part of the process. I really want to have it just be a long-term thing where I turn my library into a tiny, more portable option, but only filled with books that are treasures to me. By the way, this is no shade or shame at people who still want the Beauty and the Beast library, because deep down, I still kind of want that too. It's just not the right library for me in my life right now. And if you can make that work for you and you love it and you love being surrounded by walls of books, believe me, I get that. I get that urge. I just think I want to do something a little bit different and with a little more intention than just doing what I have been doing, which is every 2 years, every time I move, just culling a massive amount of books and then sort of restocking it in a very blasé way with just whatever free books I come along. I think that's the plan. Thanks for listening to me ramble. I'm sorry this video wasn't more interesting. I am in the middle of finishing up some like reading vlogs. I do have some fun videos planned. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. This is the thing we're doing right now. Thanks for watching, liking, and subscribing, and thank you for being kind. Oh, yeah, things I should probably mention in this video. I made a Bookstagram account, mostly because I had an email for like professional contact things. Lols, I have under 300 subscribers. No one needs to contact me professionally. So instead of that, I made a Bookstagram account. It's not gonna be aesthetic, okay? I don't even really know what I want to do with it. Right now, I'm just using it to sort of announce new videos. Since I anticipate having a slightly erratic upload schedule because I have a kid now, and there are some weeks I'm just not going to be able to make videos, I figured I could use that to kind of make bookish content in between videos. If you want to subscribe to that, I have included the link below in the description. My handle is the Midnight Reader 64. Feel free to follow me on that section of the internet. Cool. But yeah, this is my long-term book project. This is what I want to do. So let's do it. The next time I find a book that goes on the shelf, for sure, and for realsies, we will be chatting about it. That might be fun for you guys too, because you can actually see my favorite books, like of all time, like the top 100. It's gonna be like the top 20. I really want a much smaller bookshelf. Thanks for listening to my rambles. We will have slightly better outlined and scripted content next time. I swear to God. And I'll see you all next video. Bye!